You probably have heard me state in several videos that whatever works for you, kind of stick with it. What I'm referencing into is the strategy in what you actually trade and the charts you trade, whether it is time, tick, volume. I like trading range charts, and a lot of people have converted from using time to range charts. I believe probably centered around the style and how I actually trade. And I talk about the strategy of using multi-confluence, multi-chart confluence, marking up a higher base chart first and then scaling down to a lower base chart, which is your entry chart, to look for a similar setup. So if you're looking for a mark off of a supply zone off of a higher base chart, then you mark off a supply zone on the lower base chart that's inside of that higher base supply zone. Okay, that's pretty much in a nutshell what the strategy consists of. And if you want to learn more about the strategy, because I do break it down, tons of videos and talk about it, and do live recorded trading sessions and show you, various setups, just across the channel on numerous videos, then spend some time watching the video content. I can almost assure you that if you spend time, and I mean methodically, taking time out of your schedule to sit down in the evening or during the weekend and just kind of binging the videos, you would find answers to a lot of your questions and possibly even, I'm sure, pick up on how I trade and become profitable yourself, or at least reach a means of consistency. And but it all is centered around patience. The number one rule of thumb that you really need to understand if you want to master the strategy, or any strategy at that, is market structure, understanding the flow of the market and being able to follow price action. Now, what I want to talk about in this video today is it's about why I actually love trading off range charts. Okay, when it comes to the E-mini futures, or for many of those that trade the micro futures, this is my purpose, my reason of why I love trading futures using these charts. For me, it's all centered around, because people ask me that, Mike, why do you use range charts over time or ticker volume? Is there any preference? It's just I've been trading using range charts from day one. I just found that they're smoother charts, cleaner to the eye. I don't have to worry about all the, the wicks of a candles, and trying to understand, structure breaks when it comes to trading time-based charts. All right. Range charts are just cleaner. To me, I feel like I get more setups. All right. In a sense, the setups are cleaner when I'm taking trades, and marking up my charts. But, that's just my personal opinion. So what works for you, if you can see similar setups or trade the same way, because you can do so. You can trade the same way I trade, using surrounding supply and demand, marking up higher base zones and lower base zones off of a lower base chart or time-based chart, or whatever the case is. You can do the same. It's just the confusion of being able to weed through all those wicks that kind of, in my mind, pose like it's like trying to see through a forest. Sometimes I like to see it a little bit cleaner on my chart. So that's the reason why I can read price action better. I can read, follow the structure of the market and tell what it's trying to do when it comes to structure. So for example, in reference, like the last few days, if you go back to like the 15th of November, we were, well, really the 19th, we broke structure here. The 19th of November up until today's trading session, we've just been making higher highs and higher lows. And, there's tools that you can use to really help you kind of tune in or zero in to really see the overall big picture. And I just use a simple trend channel. Just draw it up like this, mark it up, and you can see it's easy. All you have to do is follow with using a cursor: high, higher, low, breaking structure, breaking a high, pulling back, breaking highs, breaking structure here. Now it's pulling back. Yes, we are breaking some structure lower, okay? But overall, we're still bullish, okay? We really haven't come down and really started taking out any major area of structure to the downside on this move to the upside, because now in between this low here and this high right there. As you can see, after making this high here from yesterday's trading session, we started breaking structure here, monetary structure, pull back, pull back, move lower, breaking structure here, pulling back, breaking more structure right here. But now we're kind of moving back to the upside. So we're kind of in a wedge, as you can see. Now we got a high and a low right here. We are breaking structure higher, but we kind of we started breaking structure to the downside. But overall, we're bullish looking at the bigger picture, okay? Yes, my mindset right now and looking at opportunities, because we're re-breaking structure back to the upside, will be focused and centered around looking for what? For possible opportunities to go long versus going short at this time. But again, you got to be careful because, yes, if you look at the market, we are wedging right now in between a high and a low right now. Okay, you can see it's ranging. And, we are leading up to the holiday time, Thanksgiving this week on Thursday. So the market may kind of move or level itself off and kind of start moving sideways. Volume may kind of get a little bit thinner moving into the holiday because people are probably, not trading. I'm sure not trading as much and taking the time off to enjoy their families as everyone should. But I just wanted to make this video content today to really let you know this is the reason, my purpose of why I trade off of range-based charts. And my purpose of why I love trading the futures simply is because I find that there's so much opportunity in trading because you could trade a variety of different futures. You have the indices, the currencies, commodities, financials, So you have to pick your poison of choice. Of course, I love trading primarily the NASDAQ. I like trading the ES, even though it's a slower moving market, and lots of video content you may have seen me trading the ES. I haven't stopped trading it. I like trading it still. It's just having to wait on those setups. I have to wait a little bit, be more patient. All right. And then when you get the trades, they kind of, don't move as quick as the NASDAQ do. If you get into a NASDAQ trade and you know what you're doing, it's going to move more so in your direction at a faster pace. We're talking like 2 to 5 minutes, maybe I would trade no more than 10 minutes. But overall, I like trading gold as well. Okay. I started dabbling with gold and those two alone, you don't need a lot of pairs to trade when it comes to futures, to be honest with you. You can trade just one. Two, I wouldn't start getting into like 3, 4, 5, or more, because you're going to have so much stuff on your charts. Just keep it simple is what I'm trying to say. I talked about that in videos too. Keeping it simple allows you, just like being patient, keeping it simple and being patient and looking for moves or setups off of one instrument or one market or two, you can catch them. You can spend more time analyzing versus trying to, crunch things in your mind, looking across 4 or 5 different markets. All right. Trust me when I say that. But simply put, that's the reason why I like trading, range-based charts and why I love trading the futures. It's just, to me, there's a lot of opportunity. The markets are, when it comes to brokers out there, they're regulated. Don't have to worry about those type of issues here in the United States. For all my U.S.A. day traders out there that are watching today's video, you know what I'm talking about. Some of you probably come from the future markets, all right? Or probably come from the beast of a market like options. Options is just too many variables, okay? Too many spinning components and wheels that are going on. I like to keep things simple. I don't want to deal with unregulated brokers. I only want to deal with regulated broker. My broker of choice is AMP. That's my personal preference. I've done videos covering that particular broker in itself. And, for all those that have questions beyond the video content of like the broker stuff, tap into the broker. Contact them. They have great support. They can answer your questions just as well. A whole lot better than I can because I don't run and operate that business. My world is actually, I am a day trader by trade, and this is what I do. Time period wise, I'm trading between 7:30, 10:30, and 11, cutting it off. All right. One trade, if I can get into, I'm done. Okay. That's the beauty about trading futures. I don't have to sit here like a full-time job from 9 to 5 or 8 to 6 or whatever it may be, just sitting there and just, having to worry about the headache of doing things. I can look for one trade. It's on my back. Either I make it or I don't. I'm done cutting it off, and then I move on to the next thing and live to see another trading day. I'm not in this to blow my capital. It's all about compounding and building capital so that you can do bigger things, down the road. But with that to say, I do want to say that if you're looking for opportunities like the early part of the session, yes, or into the evening session yesterday evening, this was a trade setup you could have taken, marking up a high probability zone. That's what it's about. Marking up high probability zones off of the higher base chart first, and then moving down to my 24 range chart. I start with the 120 and then move down to the 24. So if I could find zones within a zone, that's giving me confluence. That's the first level of confluence. I'm looking for that because that's what's going to make the trade setup quality setup for me. Okay. First and foremost, is there a higher base, high probability zone with a gap? Yes. All right. I said, is there a gap? Okay. Then that works. Then what I'm doing is I'm moving down to a lower base chart to see, is there a high probability zone on the inside of a larger zone with a gap? That giving me multiple confluence. Both higher base and lower base time or base charts have gaps at the quality zone. Okay, but it all ties to, and the most important piece of this all is centered around structure, understanding what the market is doing. Again, I'm looking here at my chart and I see this is bullish movement or sentiment to the upside. Then my bias is going to be take trades going long and not be looking for opportunities to go short, unless the market starts to break structure on the end, breaking it back down. Okay, this was a high, breaking structure lower. I can look for opportunities to go short. But at any given point, the market could shift back and then start breaking or re-breaking structure to the upside. And then my mind starts to shift the opposite direction, looking for setups going back long. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Yesterday's trading session, I talked about this. Just want to quickly say this. There was opportunity to take a short right here, but you have to be mindful. I talked about if the market's breaking structure lower, say pushing lower here, push down, broke structure here, came back, broke structure right here, and we have liquidity resting above, and we see a pullback to where we want to take a supply setup. Be mindful what's resting above here. Yes, you may get into this trade and be able to take a decent supply setup going short, but think about things too, what's resting above, because they may want to go up and test that area and take out liquidity. That's their end all goal is to capture areas of liquidity. So even though it's a beautiful supply area, and this could have been in reverse of a demand area, and then we're looking for a pullback to go long. If there is liquidity resting at swing lows, then even though we may bounce off an area of demand, they may come back right back down there and take out that area of liquidity. So that's the reason why this worked out yesterday. I saw this and I have it marked up right here. This is a beautiful area of liquidity right here. You're taking this sweep of liquidity off or after this supply setup right here. You could have paid out. It paid out very nice at the end of the day, or towards the end of the day, around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And then all I did was come back. All right, come back and made a pullback, testing this area as just a low probability zone though. Pulling back and then pushing lower and re-breaking structure or breaking structure to the downside again. So the market was bearish yesterday and into the overnight session, Asian, and then we turned back around during the London session and started pushing up higher. Okay, and taking out some structure back to the upside. So pay attention to things like that. What's above, what's below you when you're actually trading. But outside of that, guys, that's all I want to share with you today. My purpose, my reason why I love trading these markets and why I love trading and choose trading from when it comes to futures off of the range charts versus any other charts. Okay, if time charts work for you, if tick charts work for you, if volume charts work for you, stick with that. All right, okay, because you have grown accustomed to your eyes, okay, the way you see it off of that chart. So stick with that. I always say this: do not try to fix something that is not broken. If you are consistently profitable, stick to what works best for you. All right, guys, I appreciate you tuning in today and watching today's video. Again, anyone that wants to become an elite member, it's only $6.99 a month. Basically $7 a month, giving you valuable access to valuable content that could change your whole outlook and change your life altogether. All you have to do is simply scroll down to the bottom portion of the video, down in the description. There's 2 links. The first one's the Discord. The second one is, you see, become an elite member. Make sure to, if you click on that, make sure to choose the tier, because the 2 tiers will pop up. The one for $6.99. That's going to give you access to all that private community of video content where I break down tons of trade breakdowns. Okay, these are trade setups that I've actually taken and posted over on our Discord community and share with our Discord. But I break them down for the elite members, the private community. And you're talking $7 a month to give you access to tons of trade breakdown videos. And this is the video content that makes the difference, because it really drives home the details of what I'm looking at when it comes to trading these supply and demand setups. When I talk about profit target areas, stop loss areas, structure of the market, what I was thinking about leading up to that trade and why I got into that trade. So again, that is a very inexpensive fee to pay, and you support my efforts as a content creator by doing so. And that's what I'm doing. I'm giving back, making a community for the elite members, for those that really support and are loyal supporters of here on the channel. For $7, trade breakdowns, video playlists, and a great video that I covered on market structure for anyone struggling with that. So again, the link to become an elite member is down in the description portion of this video. Just scroll down, click on it, okay? If you're not a current subscriber, please take the time to sub by clicking on the subscribe button right now. Please do so. Also, make sure to turn your post notifications on so you do not miss any of the uploads here on the channel. And outside of that, that's all I have for you guys today. But before you leave, make sure to click on that like button for me. That thumbs up button, click on it right now. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Hopefully you clicked on it, guys. that's going to basically get the video content that I'm creating here out to the community here or into the algorithm on YouTube, and that's going to help push and drive the content so that traders just like you, okay, all right, can come or gain access to this great valuable content that I'm talking about each and every day. Take care. I hope everyone has a fabulous Thanksgiving. For all those that celebrate it here in the United States, or maybe even possible across the globe, I'm not sure. But that's all. That's really all I have for you guys. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I probably won't be doing any trading on Wednesday. Maybe on Friday. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Take care. See you in the next one.